Are you tired of trying to figure out how to market your construction business on your own and don't know what to do next? Well, today I'm going to share 3 things that I think you need to be doing on your own to take your business to the next level. Hey guys, I'm Mike Claudio, and today I'm going to talk to you about the 3 things I think you need to be doing to market your construction business on your own. It's online, it's in print, and it's in person. And each of those have a very specific way to go about them so you get the best results possible. The biggest, most important one is online. It is amazing to me how many businesses that do millions of dollars a year either don't have a website or any social media presence, or have one that's just so dated you might as well not have it. If you're watching this video right now saying, I don't need a Facebook account, you're wrong, and here's why. Having a powerful online message in today's market, with the way that clients are incredibly more researched than they used to be, creates credibility. I'll say this a million times throughout my audio presence, my video presence. You need to be known, liked, and trusted in order to gain business. If you don't have a good online presence, people are just not going to trust you. And in that environment, it makes it very difficult to do your job well. And there's 2 main places that you need to have, and I'm not saying it needs to be perfect, but your website and your social media pages need to be active. And to do that, you need to have kind of a process. For me, I use the process of creating messaging around problem, cause, solution, benefit. What that looks like is leading with the problem your clients are dealing with, educating them on why they're having it, i.e. you're having this problem because of this issue, talking about yourself, and then relating it to a benefit they'll get by working with you. The days of having websites that talk about 30 years in business and we're this and I'm this and we operate with integrity, and that used to work because people were very skeptical. In today's environment, nobody's saying, hey, work with me at your own risk, I might take advantage of you. So saying you have integrity, it doesn't differentiate you. So talking about the problems you solve, talking about the reason people are having them, talking about the solution, the remodel, the repair, the whatever it is, and then the benefit. Why would they benefit from working with you? Even if you had a single page, there's a lot of businesses going to landing pages as their primary website. I know several people who have done it. It's a single scroll page and you can tell the story. What is the problem your identified ideal client is having? What is the cause of that problem? What is the solution, i.e. hire you? What is the benefit they get by hiring you to fix that cause to overcome that problem? It sounds complicated, but if you think about it, what are the biggest problems you solve for your clients? It has to be emotional, but what are the biggest problems you solve, and then use that as the primary focus for your social media and your website. Create a story. People like hearing stories, people like telling stories. So tell your story in your online presence and you'll have an amazingly different engagement level and clients that are coming to you because they see themselves as a character in your story. The second way is print advertising. It's magazines, it's mailers, and it's door hangers. This works if you get incredibly specific with what you're trying to accomplish in that geographic area. So I just had a client go through this, and I have historically been against print advertising, but it does work in very specific ways. If you just put a broad spectrum, very wordy ad in a magazine, it's gonna be flipped through. But we talked about storytelling about the online, it works in print as well. So he was creating a door hanger. He does outdoor living spaces. He was working on a golf course with a client, had a backyard patio. He was putting a retractable roof and awning system in, and he was trying to figure out how to market to the neighbors to get them interested in a similar product. And his first door hanger was actually a trifold brochure, which was just incredibly wordy and not very specific. But we changed it to, and the headline was, "Are you tired of getting hit with golf balls?" That was the problem. Here, this is the reason it's happening. You don't have a good protected outdoor space. A solution would be this retractable roof and awning system. The benefit would be you'd get to use your space no matter what the elements or the risk of getting hit with golf balls. It was incredibly specific. So we got 250 of those and handed them out in the neighborhoods he was doing this type of project for that type of client. That works really well. because you're identifying the lowest hanging fruit by telling a very specific story. If that would have just said, hey, you want a retractable awning, it wouldn't have worked because it wasn't related to a problem. People in general don't make decisions to purchase something if there isn't some sort of a root problem. The quicker and better you are at defining that, the better you'll be at doing it. So when you're looking at building out your ads for print advertising, whether it's a magazine, a mailer, or a door hanger, think about who's going to see it. Think about the very specific problem they have. If it's a neighborhood on a lake, they have a different problem than a neighborhood on a mountain. This specific story is about people who live on golf courses. People who live on golf courses will spend a ton of money in their outdoor space to be able to enjoy it and not have the risk of getting hit with golf balls. That is a real emotional problem. They're tired. Maybe their kid got hit. Maybe they've gotten hit. Maybe it ruined a family event. That is very emotional to them. When you're creating that ad or the picture for that marketing opportunity in a print magazine, mailer, or door hanger, make sure you're getting incredibly specific about the story you're telling. It can't just be this broad, average, very non-specific ad about everything you do. That'll cause them to just flip the page. Try to tell a story that gets them to see a problem they're experiencing that's big enough to get them to call you. Awareness is great. Marketing in general is about getting people to know you. Then you need to get them to like and trust you. And the better you are at telling the story of the problem they have and why they might have it, the quicker they'll get to that trust factor and the faster it'll help them be comfortable giving you a call and potentially soliciting your services. Create a storied environment, not just some broad spectrum ad about everything you do as a business, and you'll see much faster results. So the third way is in person, and in my opinion, the best way. But I know what you're saying, Mike, I don't have the time for that. I can't make that happen. I'm on job sites. I'm running client meetings. I can't go network. I can't go do drop-ins. I can't go do associations. I hear it all the time. But think about this. While you're spending time running that 2 or 3 hour job that's going to net you $400 or $500, if you were to put that towards building relationships that are bringing you 5 or 6 figure projects, that is a better usage of your time, which is scary in the short term. But to go out in person is the quickest way to be known, liked, and trusted, because people build relationships with people. That's why pictures don't work as well as they used to, and videos are really skyrocketing in the ecosystem of how people are researching stuff, because they want to be able to build a relationship with a person. So if you're in person, that is incredibly easier. And that doesn't have to be you as the business owner. You can have salespeople who are doing this for you. If you don't have salespeople, that's okay. Start somewhere. There's many associations that meet once a month. Some meet every week. There's networking events out there that meet once a month, twice a month, for every week. There's a lot of different ways out there. But if you're in a small geographic area, like a city or even part of a city, and you're not being visible to that environment, you're absolutely leaving money on the table, because people will think, hey, I have this problem, who can solve it? And they're going to picture somebody, not a thing, not a logo, not a name. They're going to picture a person on who they think can solve that problem. So if you're not out in your environment, in your ecosystem, in your market, creating relationships in person, you are going to struggle to scale or even sustain in a market that is plateauing or potentially even declining. So what do? Join an association. There's NARI, there's HBA, there's NKBA, there's all different ones out there. If you don't know what those acronyms are, just Google it. But that's just one. I like doing networking events, one specifically targeted around referral generation. BNI, or Business Networking International, has somewhat of a bad name in the industry because it's a lot of time and it's a lot of accountability. But if you think about it, if you're being held accountable to bring value in that environment, everybody's being held accountable to bring value in that environment, which increases the likelihood of you getting value from that environment. So do it in person. Do it often. Do it regularly. And you will build some of the strongest relationships that will lead to more work than any post on Instagram or post on Facebook can produce for you, because people build relationships with people, and people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So if you're not creating the awareness to get known, the engagement to be liked, and the consistency to be trusted, you are not going to be able to represent what you do for a living consistently enough that you will gain business from it. So be online. If you're going to do print advertising, do it with storytelling, but be in person. Be around people who can refer you work or hire your service or product on a consistent basis, and you will see a wild increase in your pipeline where you're not chasing where that next deal will come from. So that was one man's opinion on the 3 ways to market your construction business on your own. Obviously, this is a pretty short video. There's a lot of variables to this. So comment below if you have any questions about it specifically, or reach out to me at WinRate Consulting on Instagram. Follow me, engage with me, ask me questions. I post a ton of content there and would love to see you and engage with you in that environment. So remember to win fast and win often.